Rock to this beat.
Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your boy, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your boy, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. We got a good one today, y'all. We talking about the most dominant player in women's college basketball this upcoming season. The most dominant player. The most dominant force in women's college basketball. Not just the SEC, but the whole country. The whole NCAA, the most dominant player. And I'm talking about none other than Kamilla Cardoso. So I have other people. I have LSU fans. I have UConn fans. I have Notre Dame fans. I have Stanford fans. I have all good. Because Captain Will is exploding all across the league, across the world. Everybody's starting to learn the name of Captain Will and Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. So I hear a lot. I hear a lot of dimensions. I hear a lot of, comments and what have you. And a common thread that I hear is, this is a guard-driven league. It's a guard-driven league. And I can't really deny that. I can't deny it's a guard-driven league because you have those players like Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark and Asia Fudd and now you got Haley Van Lith and you got our own Raven Johnson and Fly J. You got a lot of guards across this country. Got a lot of great guards. And probably the top guard in this country is probably Caitlin Clark. And I can't front with that. She's sensational. She's amazing. She's awesome. She's awesome. She is changing the calculus in college basketball. Offensively. She's changing the calculus. It's changed. It's changed. Much like a Steph Curry changing in the NBA. Changed the calculus, right? But what I sometimes tell people is that there are two sides of the ball in sports. In basketball, in football, in baseball, the big three. They're two sides. You play offense and you play defense. Two. And what I sometimes see in sports and in the sports media, I see that offense reigns supreme. Hitting the logo threes, hitting the 6-7 threes in a game, hitting the dunks, doing all these things, the sensational crossovers, all this stuff and that stuff. I see in the sensationalized, offense sensationalized. It is. But the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense wins games. And that couldn't be more true than our own Dawn Staley. Defense wins games. Every season, the ball is rolled out on the court, the Gamecocks on the floor, you know that the defense is going to show up. The offense might catch up eventually with the defense, but the defense is always going to be dominant. Always. It has won us so many games, won us championships, our defense. Now, we've had some really good offensive players. Asia Wilson, Aaliyah Boston, Zaya Cook, Kiki, Ty Harris, Henny. I mean, but the list goes on and on of dominant offensive players that we've had. But we've also gone into the season knowing that we have multiple defensive stoppers. Aaliyah Boston and Bree Beal for years. Asia Wilson was a dominant defensive player for the Gamecocks and in the country. Mad Kiki blocked shots everywhere. Elena Coates blocking shots, offensive rebounds. So going into the season, we have yet another defensive stopper for the Gamecocks. And her name is Kamilla Cardoso from Brazil. All 6'7", 6'8" of her. Who's stepping in for the 6th woman position to the starting center and be that defensive presence. Now, we don't have, at this point, we don't have that second tier defensive player. And I'm talking about, when I say that second tier defensive player, I'm talking about the second tier all SEC defensive player. Yeah. But that could be a Breezy Hall who has showed glimpses of that. Don't forget, Raven Johnson is a serious pest on the defensive end who will guard you for 94 feet. Don't forget that. Sometimes that's missed a lot because we're always talking about Raven ain't shooting a whole bunch of threes. But Raven is a very good defensive player. So for every Caitlin Clark who's shooting 8, 9, 10 three-pointers a game, for every Haley Van Lith who was lighting it up in Louisville and looks to light it up at LSU, for every Paige Beckers with the ball handling and the shooting ability, offensively, all three of them are amazing. Amazing. But on the defensive end, all three lacks a lot. A lot. Caitlin Clark is an amazing player offensively. But she has miles to go defensively. Miles to go. She tries. Haley Van Lith is a really good offensive player. But LSU is going to have to pick up her a lot on the defensive end. And Paige Becker's sensational on the offensive end. She can't stay healthy and she can't play defense. So a player who I'm looking so much promise and expected to do great things like a Kamilla Cardoso who will do it defensively, who will block shots. I expect Kamilla Cardoso, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, to lead the SEC in blocks. And I'm talking about 4 to 5 blocks a game. I know it's a high bar, but that's my expectation. She averaged almost 3 blocks a game coming off the bench last year. I averaged 10 points, 9 rebounds. So Kamilla Cardoso is not flashy. She's not sitting up here at 6'7" at the 3-point line. She ain't flashy. But what she does well. She's not a great offensive player, but what she does well. She catches the ball and she finishes. She catches the ball and she finishes. And you foul her, she hit free throws. She's 71, 72, 73% from the free throw line. She's dependable at the free throw line. Not a liability like a lot of traditional bigs are. So like I said, the expectation for her is to get 4 to 5 blocks a game. And I see her easily getting 15 to 16 points a game. Easily. She averaged 10 off the bench, like I said. So you telling me she can't get a couple more buckets with increased minutes? 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds in 19 minutes a game. That's what Kamilla Cardoso did this past season. 9 rebounds. So you telling me with increased minutes she can't get 3, 4, 5 more rebounds a game? She will. She will. I'm talking about 13 to 14 rebounds a game for Kamilla Cardoso. And if 16 points, 14, 15 rebounds, 4 or 5 block shots a game isn't the most dominant player in the country, please name somebody else. Please name somebody else. Because you're gonna have a Caitlin Clark who's gonna average 20 some points a game. You're gonna have her getting a whole bunch of assists because the way their offense is structured, she's gonna get a whole bunch of assists. She is. But she's gonna get 20 some points a game. But she also gonna give about 15, 17, 18, 19 points a game also. She's gonna give up. So in my mind, sometimes that balances out. That balances out. Kamilla Cardoso will get 15, 16 points a game. Whoever she is guarding ain't getting 15, 16 points a game against her. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. Ask Angel Reese, who went 5 for 15. Ask just it ain't happening. Paige Becker is gonna ball out if she's healthy for UConn. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And she's gonna make some Sports Center highlighted plays all year long. But what's ESPN and what the media and what the YouTube and what the Facebook and what the Instagram ain't gonna show is her getting beat on defense. Offense sell all the tickets. I can't wait for Tahina Pow to light up Colonial Life Arena. I can't wait to see it. I know it's gonna be special. I can't wait for Tessa Johnson to light up Colonial Life Arena. Malaysia Fulwiley is gonna set Columbia on fire. Can't wait to see that. I cannot wait to see the passes from Raven Johnson to Kamilla Cardoso, Raven Johnson to Bree Hall, or Raven Johnson to Side Fake. It's so many. Or Malaysia. Vision this. Running the break, Raven Johnson. One wing, Malaysia Fulwiley. Other wing, Bree Hall. That's sensational right there. Can't wait to see all that. But I also want to see how this team comes back on the defensive end because of a Bree Bill, of a Leah Boston. I want to see who steps up on the defensive end so we can still be that dominant defensive team that we've been. I don't want to see drop off on the defensive end. I don't want to see that. And for all the offensive amazingness, I like that word, offensive amazingness that Sanaya Fagan brings on the offensive end, I want to see her developing on the defensive end. Because Sanaya Fagan has developed on the defensive end the way she's developed on the offensive end. Oh, we're going to be a problem in the post. Not a liability with her on the defensive end when you got to play a Ashlyn Watkins who's really good defensively. Or you got to play a Sakima Walker who's really good defensively. Because what I don't want to see is Kamilla Cardoso constantly helping the four. Constantly helping the four because the four isn't guarding their position, their player effectively. I don't want to see that. We don't have to worry about that with when you play the Leah Boston. Last year when we had a Leah Boston and Kamilla Cardoso together, there was nothing going down in the post. Nothing. So I want to see some growth on the defensive end from our post players. Now with the increased minutes and increased focus, we'll see that early on because the first game is against Notre Dame. We're going to see how this team reacts early on in the season against Notre Dame and Paris. It's going to be interesting to see the development. It's going to be interesting to see what has happened during the offseason. We've seen the workouts. We've seen the pictures. We've seen the video. We've seen what went down with Team USA. We've seen the increased physicality of a Chloe Kitts. We've seen the flexibility. We've seen the length. We've seen the running like a gazelle in the Kamilla Cardoso. We've seen the command and leadership of a Raven Johnson commanding the America Cup team to a gold medal. We've seen that. But what I want to see is the increase with the increased minutes of a Sanaya Fagan, the increased minutes of an Ashlyn Watkins, the increased minutes of a Kamilla Cardoso, how Sakima Walker, all 6'5" of her, adds to the Gamecocks on the defensive end. We will be better offensively. You cannot add a Tahina Pow. You cannot add a Tessa Johnson. You can't add a Malaysia Fulwiley. You can't add a Bree Hall in minutes. A better version of Chloe Kitts in minutes. and not be better offensively. We're going to be better offensively. Even though we lost Aaliyah Boston, even though we lost Isaiah Cook, we will be better offensively. We're more athletic. We will shoot the three better. But in my opinion, the most dominant force in women's college basketball, Kamilla Cardoso, have to show up and show out every single game this season. Every game. I'm a 70s baby. 70s baby. Fell in love with basketball in the 80s. Remember when Shaq was in high school? The most dominant physical specimen in NBA history. Shaquille O'Neal. I remember that. Kamilla Cardoso got to come into every game and control the paint. Every single game. The size, her speed, her length have to show up and show out every single game. If that happens, the Gamecocks will continue to be awesome defensively and really good offensively, which bodes well for a great season for 2023 and 2024. Great. We are 3 months away. 3 months away until the Gamecocks take the court. 3 months away until the Gamecocks to games matter. First official regular season game. Now we will have some exhibitions. We will. Practice will be starting, in October for real. Late September. SEC meetings. It's not far away, guys. And even though I talk about it every day, it's not far away. So eventually, we're going to be sitting there at our popcorn watching ESPN, hearing debates about who's the best team in the country. We're going to be hearing that. Soon, you're going to see old Captain Will going on Wednesdays, doing a live show, a call-in show, because I want to hear from y'all. That's going to be starting up in about a month. Gamecock football starts practice on Thursday. Gamecock football starts practice on Thursday. Football. And eventually, the Williams-Brice Stadium is going to be locked and loaded for football. But waiting in the wings is one Dawn Staley, who has something to prove this year. Waiting in the wings. It's Monday, y'all. It's Monday. It's hot as hell outside. But eventually, the seasons will be changing. And we're going to be talking about some serious college basketball. Gamecocks, get ready. Watch them work. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your boy, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. You're now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your boy, Captain Will. Let's go!